Let's start recording. Yeah, it is event time, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look. We're gonna hit continue, and I believe we got a pack to open. It's an Omens of the Past. What do we get from Omens? Well, first things first, we got an Argenport banner. So right away, strong stuff. We might actually get some mentor stuff today. Let's see here. We got a sparring partner, which cares about mentor, but oh yeah, and it actually has mentor, so I can use that to mentor a high branch sentry, and it is a pretty strong 2-drop all by itself. So that's pretty good. Amethyst Ring, it's on the fringe edge of playable. It's a power sink. I don't think I really need one, but it's something to note. Tinker, that card's pretty okay. Like, the Scout is fairly useful. The +2/+2 is really, really good with Valkyries, and that actually allows us to play more Valkyries if we want to. We can do more with Soaring Guard and with weapons and other things like that. Highwind Glider's an okay blue splash. Cersos Meddling's an okay blue splash. Like, we could potentially splash in blue now. And Shatterglass Mage as our final. Okay, so as far as help goes, what do we get? We got some 2-drops. We got a little bit more fixing, which is reliability. And then we have the possibility of splashing some other cards in. Voyaging Lumen, Shatterglass Mage, Burning Glaive. Nothing too crazy here. Burning Glaive is kind of fun on Valkyrie in the very, very late game, but other than that, I don't think it's super crazy. Let's go ahead and take a look at our deck. I think I was playing around with it a little bit. That's not my deck. In order to look at my sealed pool, I'm going to have to do this a different way, which is, I think, go here, continue, edit deck. There we go. Okay. So as far as things go, we have Rampart Protector and Soaring Guard, and if we want to do Soaring Guard, that's one possibility. I was playing around with Signal Flag a little bit. I was pretty sure I didn't like it, but I wanted to play around with it a little bit more because we had some, you know, more Valkyries to play with, some other options available. And some cards that I think are pretty interesting to come in here are Tinker, Sparring Partner, and, well, we never really found Gunslingers for Steady Marshal. Even with the new stuff, that doesn't really seem like it's going to be all that good a thing. I'm going to cut a Justice Sigil or a Shadow Sigil, and I'm going to put in the Argenport banner, and that's going to give us a little bit more fixing. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just add that in right now, just so that we don't forget. Okay, cool. And then with that, we have, yeah, some good stuff, good stuff. Thanks for the well wishes, North. Looking pretty good so far. I think we'll have a good run. Okay, so we got this Headsman's Axe, and that's a thing that I can consider now that I have double Shadow in here. I've been trying to decide if there are more weapons that I want to put in. We were running previously the card, where is it? Crown Watch Legionnaire. Yeah, I took that out to put in the one for Signal Flag and try that out, but I think that's probably not going to be on the case now. So I've just added Sparring Partner and Tinker. We have Soaring Guard as a possibility for coming out, just because, well, Valkyrie are really useful, and I like Valkyrie a lot. I'm not sure that I want Soaring Guard in here. Maimed Watchwing. This card has been really, really underwhelming for most of the game. So if we cut this out and then like maybe cut in Soaring Guard instead, like, Soaring Guard is also underwhelming, but in a little bit of a different way, and it can set up a Tandem Watchwing a little bit better. We could also play with like a little bit more stuff like Sparring Partner and Tinker, so I could cut Maimed Watchwing out, and then like with Tinker and Sparring Partner and Soaring Guard and maybe Headsman's Axe, we'd have some options available to sort of sacrifice things and do cool things. Sunset Dementia, thank you for subbing. Wow, 15 months in a row. That is absolutely crazy, dude. So glad to have you for this long. You're, I think, one of my longest running subs. You and Viper Magus and Rekenner. Crazy, crazy stuff. Oh my gosh. We're doing pretty well on Twitch lately. I think we're actually getting closer and closer to... Oh no, looks like we've had some drop-offs, so we're not going to get to the new emote anytime soon, but, well... That depends. That depends on how people are feeling. Certainly, we are gonna try and accumulate those sub points and do everything well. Looks like this should be a pretty good time altogether. Okay. So, well, we have. Yeah, I think I want to play around with the double Soaring Guard a little bit. And that's interesting, because I also have to cut other stuff and decide whether or not anything's worth cutting. I have this Town Watchman that I haven't actually put in. How long has this card been here? It's actually pretty okay on the ground. It seems like a reasonable card for sort of stalling on the ground, and that's a problem that I sometimes do have. I don't know. There's a reasonable amount of ways to like get through, and we do have some stall on the ground already. This card is very, very good if we equip weapons on it, though. I'm kind of tempted to put this in here. Yeah, maybe we'll play around a little bit more with like what Valkyrie we're putting in and what we're doing with them. Valkyrie Militant is an option. Like, oh gosh, yeah, I just kind of want to rework this a little bit because we weren't having great luck with it last time around, and I kind of want to fiddle a bit more. We did get some time cards added to the list, and I want to take another look at these just because we have some interesting options here. Like, there's Emerging Colossus at 9. Time-Worn Sentinel cares about Explorers, which we have a few more of. Not very many, though. Trailmaker is still playable. Fishing Dinoc is not, even with Snapping Brush Stalker. We could do, like, Moondial, Temple Scribe. I don't think we could do that. Like, I just don't think that there is the time splash here. We do have a Combray card that's pretty reasonable. Sauropod Wrangler's pretty cool. Wrangler plus Silverwing Rallier plus Emerging Colossus, Dormant Sentinel, Voyaging Lumen. And we have some life gain with some other stuff. Man, that still feels like it's splitting pretty hard. I don't think there's any fixing for Combray, but it's something to consider. Just fiddling around a little bit. Like, we have Vara's Choice, we have Xenon Augury. Vara's Choice would give us a little bit more removal. So we could like cut out Alchemical Blast for Vara's Choice. I'm starting to talk myself into it a little bit. There is a Combray banner here. Shatterglass Mage is red, so I couldn't do that, but Auric Record Keeper is a really solid 3-drop. Journeyman Armor is also red, that's not going to work. I wish I could just splash yellow. The main problem with that is that all of our good yellow cards are double yellow. Voyaging Lumen, Time-Worn Sentinel, Emerging Colossus, Dormant Sentinel. All of those guys really, really sort of clog up the bottom, and that's really cool, but, like, if we wanted to play those, we have to play Trailmaker, which we're totally happy to do. We kind of want to play Temple Scribe and Snapping Brush Stalker, and, yeah, a couple other cards here. Sauropod Wrangler would be okay. I just don't have that many 5 or more cards. I still don't think that the setup is there for Combray. I really want to try different colors here now that we have a few more options. We can also look at red now. There's been some new additions there. We've still got Magma Javelin, Torch. Torch is very strong. We have Burning Glaive now, which is kind of an okay card. And yeah, no, I just don't think that the red is there either. So we've added in a bunch of cards, and now we have to cut cards that we don't like and see what it is that we're just not very fond of. I already said that I'm not very fond of Maimed Watchwing. And I think with enough Valkyries in here, like Valkyrie Militant, we can continue to support Tandem Watchwing and support Rampart Protector. But another thing that we might do is ditch Rampart Protector entirely, because while Rampart Protector has been actually pretty decent, it's also kind of a difficult card to get going, and it requires us to block with our Valkyries a little bit more than we normally like. And plus, like, plenty of our Valkyries will die before Rampart Protector happens. Like, this can be a very awkward card in general. And we have more 2-drops to fill that slot now. We have Sparring Partner, which is going to help out with High Branch Sentries. We have, you know, like a little bit more action here. I think Rampart Protector can probably take a dive. Now, if we cut 1 Rampart Protector, that gets us down to 3 cards that we need to cut. Town Watchman is still a card that I'm a little bit iffy on, but it is easier to cast than the other 2 6-drops, and it is also a card that, like, I feel like I should give a little bit higher chance to. Soaring Guard is still a possibility for just ditching it. Like, I think I'm actually still okay with that. Just 1 Soaring Guard seems about right. And then we've ditched Maimed Watchwing. We have Tandem Watchwing, have Alchemical Blast, which I'm still not super fond of, but is kind of good at aggression. That actually, like, is clogging up my 3 slot quite a bit, so maybe we cut this. That is less aggression. Less removal, but like, I'm not running Cripple for the same reasons. It doesn't remove enough stuff, and I'm feeling pretty good about my other stuff. Like, if we do that, then all we have left is Crown Watch Legionnaire. Man, cutting removal always feels wrong, but I'm not actually sure that it is here. Like, a lot of what we're doing is just trying to clog up the ground with lots and lots of units, as opposed to clear out any sort of aggro stuff. Oh, you've been stuck in MTGA, huh? Yeah, that sounds delightfully weird. I am actually going to play some MTGA at some point. I did get an invite. It came with like an NDA thing, which I thought they were out of NDA, so I'll have to check into that before I stream it. But I'm also not going to do that right today because, yeah, because I am more excited by Eternal right now. I'm just generally excited by Eternal. So we're going to do it on an off day, or we're going to do it on a day where I'm just not feeling Eternal, which, you know, can happen every now and then. All right. All right. So rest of these cards are really good. I'm digging the sparring partner at 2. We could just ditch the Soaring Guard completely and then try to roll Valkyrie Militant in its place. How do I feel about that? Like, I don't like Soaring Guard very much. This is true. This is a stabilizing influence, but if we're running Tinker, I suddenly have a lot less Valkyries then. We'd have Loyal Watchwing, Tandem Watchwing, Valkyrie Militant, Vainglory Patrol. You know, I'm honestly curious to see how that feels. Let's test it. Like, let's see how we feel. We've just ditched like 3 important 3-drops and an Alchemical Blast, but I suspect that things might actually be slowing down as opposed to speeding up. I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna see if this is any better. All right, we're also gonna blow our nose, so 1 second. Man, yeah, I'm a little sick today. Not sure what's going on. Might be allergies, might be something. I don't think I'm allergic to anything, but I've been told that I might have allergies by a doctor. That was like, yeah, that was weird. Anyways, yeah, at the moment I'm feeling croaky, so I think I might just be sick. But I am okay with this hand, but I really just don't think, like, as much as Lethrai Ranger on 2 is pretty cool. Okay, this is also bad. Excellent. Just got 2 of the wrong colors, and... okay. Yeah, just threw away a hand with 2 of the same color to pick up a hand with... I just got new fixing! Come on, deck. Oh my gosh. Seriously, deck? Deck! Deck, what are you doing? Deck. Chat's not on the side? Oh, I was in recording mode. Yo! Be free. Oh. Hooray.
Make each bullet count.
Well, now I'm kind of missing Soaring Guard. Hey, Emerald Monument. Now I can play Hybrid Sentry several turns too late. Ah!
Hold them off!
Would this have been better if I had a Soaring Guard? I don't know. Here I can play, like, Vainglory Patrol. Hybrid Sentry is definitely an important card. And this gives me a little bit of armor, so that's nice. If I find some Shadow, then I can have some fun. We're gonna block the 1/3 or the Stone Petter Alchemist is the most important card to block here. He's just gonna try and swarm me out, which he's totally capable of doing, provided... Ow. Hey, there we go. Okay, so Hybrid Sentry here, Shadow Sigil here. We're gonna Affliction the Cloud Snake Hatchling. And that'll keep us alive for a little while. I've got Slay, I've got Valkyrie Arcanist. We have a reasonable amount of stuff going on. But we're getting pretty close to dead. It's the Huru Rush. Okay, he's going in. Kill the Huru Stranger. Go to 1.
Careful now, it's heavy.
Oof, okay. Slay would not give me enough blockers. I'm just dead here, right? Like, Slay is some amount. Valkyrie Arcanist is some amount. Okay, we play Vainglory Patrol. And then we pretend that we can block. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked if I'd had any power at all, but I think we chalked that one up to bad luck. There's a case where Soaring Guard would have been nice against, like, Cloud Snake Hatchling and some other stuff, but it would have been like a 1/2 defender. Yeah, I don't think that, like, Soaring Guard would have improved my standing there, and, you know, the cards that I replaced it with are actually 2-drops as well, we just didn't draw them. Okay, this is at least influence correct. Tinker allows us to scout and find power 3 most likely. I think I keep this, even though I'm a little worried about what happens if we don't get to power 3. We'll give it a shot. Tinker is a surprisingly good card in draft environments just because making a big thing is often really, really important. It's not always the best thing in the world, but it is usually good enough to actually matter. Copperall Porter's pretty crazy. Why don't I play one of those?
How can I serve?
Seems like a good card. Tinker might actually have a better chance of getting me the justice I need.
By order of the Auric Bank.
Okay, so... Tinker. Put the Valkyrie Arcanist on the bottom, as much as I want it to be there. Do we want to just sacrifice here to draw 2-3? Because then I can play Crown Watch Legionnaire and put Gilded Glaive on it. I'm tempted. Sure. Yeah, the guarantee of the third power seems okay. Copperall Porter is not, like, costing me a card here, it's just being a Justice Sigil.
Hold them off!
Okay, Crest of Cunning is cool. Let's go ahead and put a pin in that. And I'm gonna play Crown Watch Legionnaire.
Hold them off!
And hold them off. Hold them off. Yeah, there we go, a Skeeter with a thing on it. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Gilded Glaive plus Crest of Cunning. An Argenport Banner. I'm actually pretty okay with that. Let's go for it. Attack for 5. With some lifesteal. Yeah, moving directly into, like, what is it? Entrapment.
Form is everything.
Could have been the card. Okay, but he definitely doesn't have Entrapment, and he also doesn't seem to have a gas card, because he didn't do anything here. So we get to attack for 5 again with lifesteal. Then we get to play down our 3/4 Skeeter with lifesteal. And we still have Infused Strike, so we can block a bunch of stuff. Boy, I'm a happy camper right now.
Spell and steel.
Okay, Valkyrie Arcanist is a Valkyrie. Sparring Partner's pretty fun. Infused Strike kills us a bunch of stuff that we'd really rather be dead. Loyal Watchwing makes us some reasonable goodies. Sparring Partner buffs up Skeeter and or Crown Watch Legionnaire, which is kind of useful. I kind of feel like Sparring Partner into Tandem Watchwing makes the most sense here. And then we hold with our Skeeter. There's a Gem Blade. We can put that on the Skeeter to make it enormous. We can also play Loyal Watchwing and attack with our Tandem Watchwing.
I fly for the throne.
Spears!
Which is 3 damage offered for pretty significant gains. Cool, okay. Yeah, just trading with stuff in the air gives us a little bit more goodies on board. Now, if he ever pays for the Copperall Herald to be bigger and attacks with it, or doesn't attack with it, I guess, that can be a thing. Let's go ahead and try the Gem Blade out. I'm going to attack for 6. And we could attack for 4 as well, but attacking for 6 seems like the most appropriate route. Okay. He's holding tight, looking for tricks. This feels about on par with what I wanted to do. So I still have, like, Entrapment as an option here, which I don't love.
Much to learn here.
Let's go ahead and play the High Branch Sentry out. I could attack for 2 with Infused Strike up. That could be kind of fun. I honestly kind of like that. Yeah, let's attack for 2 with Infused Strike up. We'll see if we can get something cool. Phew. Just one less thing on board, or potentially we get a trick out of his hand that he can use to kill Skeeter, so. Alright, we know he's got the trick, right? Like, Infused Strike is a great trick, but it doesn't match up against Ironclad Oath very well, so we just wanted to have that out. Now I attack for... I can't attack for 3. I can play another High Branch Sentry pretty easy. My opponent's at 10. Yeah, let's hold tight. He's got a decent defense on the ground. Like, I'm afraid of Entrapment. Power gets us a pretty good attack. Alright, let's go for it. 6, 6, 3, 3, 2, 1. He's got an entrapment, he can use it. If he has a trick, he can use it, but then he takes lethal. Okay, there's the entrapment. We got the Valkyrie. He's got an endurance dude with a gem blade on it. And I still potentially have lethal. Plus we got a challenge by law setup. Alright, perfect. Okay. We can get 9 more like that. Or rather 8 more like that. I think we'll be in pretty good shape. And we got our generalist reward as well. We get to open up a pack. Do it to it. Fortunate. Any premiums? No premiums. Sad day. So mostly just dust. Oh, this is a lot of things to click on. Alright, there we go. I hear there's an issue right now with claiming the rewards from the event, which is a little sad because we're top 1,000, something like top 200 overall. I don't think top 200 counts for anything, but top 1,000 definitely gets some decent prizes, so we will be able to claim them eventually, or they will just be given to us, but at the moment there's no claim button, so gotta wait on that. Alright. Is this a brand new sealed pool, or are we just tinkering because of new pack? Yeah, just tinkering because of new pack. We did do updates. Sorry, I didn't answer that question earlier. I was looking at a different thing. Yeah, the chat not being on the side. Yeah, like we did just play with the current setup, and this Valkyrie deck we're gonna take through the entire month. I plan on doing that every month. Although I also I've been meaning to submit some feedback because I do think that you should be able to run multiple pools. I don't care if people are necessarily like... Oh, that's interesting. So, sparring partner is a cool mentor that might just be reasonable to play here. I would really prefer to play Hybrid Sentry and then set it up, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, I think we just block here. He gets 1 damage through and a free scout, which is nice for him, but I get Hybrid Sentry, and I'm not afraid of Skycrag anymore, so that feels pretty good. Unless he plays Clan Hero right now.
The unknown awaits.
Alright, Cave Diver. Cool. So Hybrid Sentry blocks Cave Diver, and if he gets a Relic, then that's too bad, but I think we're probably okay. Tandem Watchwing is pretty cool. I'm going to play Vainglory Patrol first. I'm going to attack for 3 first, actually. Cool. Vainglory Patrol.
Suit me just fine.
And then Tandem Watchwing, Gilded Glaive, either one. I think we play Gilded Glaive if we find power.
Form is everything.
Frontier Confessor silences a flyer, which allows us to attack for free. Sort of. Not quite. We can also attack and, yeah, let's silence the... I don't want to silence a Cave Diver. It hasn't actually scouted yet. Like, it's got 3 abilities that are relevant right now. Yeah, let's silence the Cave Diver. I'm attacking for the same amount either way. Oh, he even let the Vainglory Patrol through. I don't know what he's doing if he's letting the Vainglory Patrol through. That's a really good trade for him. Okay, Nocturnal Creeper gets knocked down, and I guess he's just pushing in. Man, that seems real greedy, man. I'm gonna go ahead and play... We want to play Plague. But if we play Plague here... Can we get to attack in with everything? Yeah, that's too good not to do. We wipe the Deadly Unit. We get our Crest, which allows us to pick up Tranquil Scholar. Pretty cool. We get to attack for 9, which is an awful lot of damage. And I still got Spirit Drain, Copperhull Porter, Tandem Watchwing, like a ton of things in the pipes.
That's got some kick.
Poor Tandem Watchwing. Not actually going to get tandemed.
Look inward.
Alright, you gonna give flying or are you gonna give something cool? Deadly. Let's put that on Copperall Porter.
How can I serve?
Alright. So I got a deadly Copperall Porter and a deadly Tranquil Scholar. So I got the ground covered. Ancient Defenses is a little bit sad.
Draw, mister!
So too is Rakano Outlaw. Let's go ahead and play Valkyrie Militant down.
They will be punished.
End my turn. He's got his relic now, but that's not actually helping him all that much. I still got the Copperall Porter on blocks. And he's forced to kill it if he wants to get his 5/6 through. So we're doing okay on that front. That card's pretty nuts. I'm gonna play Gilded Glyph on this, since that gets me armor. Play this to get some more armor. Attack for 6, because 6 is a lot of damage. It's gonna force the 2/1 to block. And we can play Tandem Watchwing,
Take your position,
which gives me a
Valkyrie.
3/2.
Spears.
I still got a Deadly unit and a 3/2 on blocks for the Charge Sentinel. I can Spirit Drain the Charge Sentinel if I need to, and we've got Lethal in the air, so nailed it. I think that went pretty well. Fairly happy with that result. I'm fairly happy with the deck as it stands right now. Like, yeah, Soaring Guard and Maimed Watchwing were both cards that were just feeling really underwhelming, and as much as I wanted the Valkyrie synergy, I think we've still got enough Valkyrie to make that synergy happen. The 4-cost 2/2 is kind of a weird Valkyrie to make that synergy happen, but it's still better than Maimed Watchwing just because it can block and because it has some defensive capacity, which actually ends up being really important because my deck doesn't have that many great ground stallers, especially not early on. So, like, we need some sort of defense built into the Valkyrie setup. Soaring Guard was sort of doing that, but it just doesn't do enough on, like, board, yeah. So, I don't know. Soaring Guard is a card that I do have some respect for, but only if I have relic weapons. And I don't have relic weapons. The only one available was Signal Flag, which was why I was playing around with it in the tiebreakers. Alright, anyways, Justice here and a Shadow for Copperall Porter.
Easy pickings.
Stonescar Sneak is an absolutely crazy card. I actually think that that is an extremely good one for him. The good news is that if he actually like activates it to attack for 3, he can just block with Copperall Porter and we'll feel pretty good. Entrapment's nice. If I want to play Emerald Monument to get up to Valkyrie Arcanist, that is a possibility. I think I'm going to attack for 2 here. And, like, we'll keep letting Stonescar Sneak go through, if Stonescar Sneak wants to go through. I think he needs to build an actual board, so
messed with the wrong
it
gal.
seems unlikely to me that he's actually going to get, yeah, his whole thing going on. Alright, I will hold tight here for Entrapment. And if I don't get Entrapment, then, you know, I'll still be pretty happy. No Stonescar Sneak activation, just poor Copperhole Marshal coming in for nothing. Interesting. That means he wants to play something this turn.
There's much to learn here.
High Branch Sentry. Okay. Let's go ahead and play this. I want to put the Gem Blade on you. Let's do it. Let's put the Gem Blade on you and attack for 5. I'm going to offer you a trade. And if you don't accept my trade, I'm just going to kill all your big stuff or your Stonescar Sneak and feel pretty happy about that result. Like, you have to spend 3 power every turn to actually do effective stuff, so I don't see why I should be in any trouble. Weird. Okay, he wanted to leave power open for Entrapment. That makes sense, I guess. So play a Justice, play a Town Watchman.
On the horizon.
Now I'm not bothered by Stonescar Sneak or High Branch Sentry. Yeah, I think we came out pretty far ahead on that. That's got to be Ironclad Oath, right? Alright.
What a perfect night.
Yeah, it can't be anything other than Ironclad Oath, so we'll expect it to be Ironclad Oath. Let's go ahead and attack in for 3. Play Valkyrie Arcanist. Another Gem Blade possible. We still haven't killed the Stonescar Sneak, and he still hasn't used the Stonescar Sneak, but he's gonna soon. Like, at this point, he can actually attack for 6 with it, so that seems like a pretty reasonable option. But he's trying to develop his board out instead of using it, and I totally accept that. That's fine. Okay, so there we go. 6-2. That's 6 damage. That's absolutely crazy. Do we want to block here and just make ourselves a big old weapon? I think the answer is yes. Okay, High Branch Sentry gives us a 4-4. I can still attack for 3 here, so I'm pretty happy with that result. And then we can play Tandem Watchwing, which will be pretty good in the air. I could also be using Town Watchman as a defender, but I'm just not, like, in a huge hurry. Maybe I just Plague here? Yeah, let's Plague here. It's time for Stonescar Sneak to go the way of the Dodo. You still got an Ironclad Oath in there, so he can buff up +4/+4 if he needs to. But we're actually the more aggressive deck at the moment, by a pretty large margin. 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got the Slay. Like, what's not to love here? I think my best option is to, yeah, just swing in. We'll accept the possibility of an Ironclad Oath and still get something out of it. Okay. Or maybe he doesn't have an Ironclad Oath. Maybe he's just playing stuff. What the heck? Alright, Crown Watch Legionnaire plus Tandem Watchman. That gives me something to do, and I've got the Gem Blade, so like, we are suddenly in very, very good shape on board. Maybe there's like a harsh rule here. That seems unlikely. What's Valara running? What are we doing, Valara? Natural Mace, not that dangerous a card, but certainly annoying here. Does mean that he doesn't have Entrapment, which I'm very glad he doesn't have. Okay, so Valkyrie Militant and Vainglory Patrol are both pretty good options. I think we definitely have to attack for 2 here. Let's attack for 2 here, then play Valkyrie Militant. I don't think the armors are that important, but I do think that it's actually better to do this than set myself up for a really bad entrapment next turn. Okay, so we're still doing that. Then Vainglory plus Sparring Partner gets us a 4-2. Still got a lot of stuff on board. All the relic weapons, pretty good stuff. Good removal.
By spell and steel.
Alright.
By order of the Auric Bank.
Played out all of his power, so Slay here kills him. And that's lethal. Yeah, I think I like our game plan a lot better now. So let's see if this is going to be our way of getting ourselves back into the top 100. Where are we currently at? Rank 980? Good grief. Good grief.